Ladies and Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heel Turn.
The number one podcast for everything WWE.
Welcome back to episode 10. Fraser, how are you today?
Not too bad, mate. We're in double digits now, so I'm very excited for what's to come.
Episode 10 and Money in the Bank was last week. Pretty good overall. I know people were hating on it a little bit, especially with some of the matches that took place, but I think we can all agree, like, R-Truth in the end pretty much saved the show.
Yeah.
I think, we no
Well,
one saw it coming.
we just for context, we watched it together.
Yes.
And, I mean, we were pretty critical. I mean, we had a couple of the boys over, and I mean, we were pretty critical in some parts, you know.
Yeah, and I think we are going to get to that right now because the first match is the tag match. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, who came out on top against John Cena and Logan Paul. Yeah, we were pretty critical of this match because I guess, Saturday night's main event was 2 weeks before this one, and this storyline that had developed, it was very rushed and it was very quick. I think the first time we ever saw it was when John Cena randomly approached Jey Uso backstage at Saturday night's main event, which we all sort of went, oh, what's going on here? And so, therefore, when John Cena attacked Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes returned, we're like, okay, I don't really know what direction they were wanting to go right now. But I think with the match, there were a couple of good spots. Like, obviously, Logan's moonsault.
Yeah, that was
Jey
a
on
really
the
good
table.
spot. That also probably saved the match, honestly.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it wasn't. Oh, actually, and Logan's drone thing with the drone as well. I see people being so critical of Logan, bro. Like the Logan hate is so forced.
Logan slander, man.
Yeah, the Logan hate is so forced. Like I saw a post on X and it said, because you know how Logan was holding the drone and then Cody went up for the suplex. They're like, oh, Logan wasn't showing enough facial expression before he hit the move. Like, what does that even mean?
I think
no wrestlers sell when they're about to hit a suplex. It's just, it's just people hating on Logan Paul.
I think, well, the way you speak about that, I just think the drone speaks for itself in that moment.
Yeah.
Like if no facial expression, what about with the drone and all of a sudden Cody comes up and then you get that bird's eye view and then all of a sudden Jey comes in with a frog splash with the drone and we didn't even see that coming.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, when he was in that position, he was holding the drone and
Yeah.
Cody was like, they were sitting there just for a second before they were about to pull off the move. Yeah, they said that he didn't have enough facial expression. He was just waiting to sell the move or whatever, which is stupid because like I don't think anyone sells that. But I saw a lot of criticism in the comments of that post though.
Yeah.
That said like, bro, you're just slandering Logan Paul for no reason just because you don't like him.
You got we've said it so much on this podcast. Like you need Logan Paul in
Logan Paul's a good
every
wrestler.
PLE. He is a good wrestler.
Yeah, I know. And we didn't even get invited to his wedding as well. This is free promo.
I know. They invited what's his name? The guy whose camera he
Smashed at the Royal Rumble,
the Royal Rumble. I know. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know. It was a bit disappointing on that front, but R-Truth returned, and I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would have seen this coming. I think at first when he released that, that post of him getting released, it legitimately was for real. Like
yeah.
And in that moment, I think all wrestling fans had their heart broken in some sort of way.
Oh yeah, we literally talked about it last week.
I
Yeah,
know,
we were very, very hurt.
We did a Phrases 5 on it
I
last
know.
week.
That's how much time we dedicated to this. We put a Phrases 5 out.
I know. At first, I didn't really. When that figure appeared in the black hood and the black pants, it was crazy. I had no idea who it could have been. I was thinking, I don't know, maybe like.
Well, I kind of had a feeling it was going to be R-Truth, for certain reasons. Well, to be honest, because his sleeves were kind of like pulled up. Same with like his pants when he tackled John Cena to the ground, and I saw that he was of African American.
I didn't really want to say that, but
yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
And when we were watching it as well, I was like, no ways that's R-Truth. Like I was kind of like in a bit of disbelief.
I know.
So.
And then what about his promo on Raw? Like,
yeah,
he's not R-Truth. He's Ron Killings.
Yeah, his real name.
He's the whole truth. and nothing but the truth, and then he cuts his hair.
It's a very big
That's
diversion.
shattering.
It's a very
I
big
know.
diversion for his character as well. He went from this like sort of comedic relief,
I know.
and now he's taken a bit more of a serious turn. I think it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
I
going to
don't
miss
think-
R-Truth being sort of comedic sort of character though.
I know. We've got Ron Killings. Is it if with him being back? What direction will they go with him? Are they going to put him? Are they actually going to get him in the ring wrestling, or will it be sort of that character like I don't want to say like a carrying cross at the moment, but like
Like a
someone who's-
backstage.
Yeah, someone who's not always who's not going to be in the ring, but is just going to be around.
Well, that's the problem as well, because R-Truth's old. He's like the oldest member of the roster. He's what, 50, 52,
I think
something
he's
like that.
53 at the moment.
Yeah,
But
53, whatever. He's definitely getting there, you know.
I know.
And obviously,
Which
with
is
age.
which is why, in a way, his release at first made a little bit of sense, but he's that guy that you just need around. I can see him.
He's a locker room leader. I think, you know, a lot of people were very
exactly.
you know, weren't very happy when he got.
He's that
released,
guy.
yeah.
He's that guy that can help other people in ways that you wouldn't realize backstage, personally and professionally as well.
Yeah,
So, but nah, this match, I think R-Truth in the end made it as a good main event match for Money in the Bank in the end. And Cody and Jay, you and Jasper predicted that last week. I said Cena and Logan, but as the match went on, I thought, yeah, Logan and Cena, they're
well, yeah,
they're
I
not on the
wanted,
same
like,
page here,
deep down in
so-
my heart, I wanted Cena and Cody, Cena and Paul to win, but I kind of just knew that Cody and Jay would probably take it just for, you know, storyline purposes.
Yeah,
It would have made a bit more logical sense, but, you know.
yeah, for sure. Well, the next one we're going to get to is the men's Money in the Bank match. Overall, I think this one was a pretty good match.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the, like, either the best or one of the best matches of the whole night.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think this one made it interesting. Because if R-Truth had not have returned, then I would have been thinking, why wasn't this one the main event? You know, because
Yeah.
it ended so good, but not so good for LA Knight. We'll say.
No.
I think everyone was a little bit heartbroken that LA Knight third time
yeah, I know.
in a row in the Money in the Bank match and still couldn't get the win, which was very upsetting.
I know. What's the brother going to do to get a bloody briefcase, dude?
I know.
3 years in a row. I don't know. I think Triple H is holding him back for some reason. I don't know why. Like, LA Knight's that wrestler who's like right on the top of the mid card, and he's like, he just needs that little thing to put him into the main event scene.
Yeah.
And he's just not being given those sort of opportunities. And yeah, and it's just not fair, really. It's not fair.
I know.
And they're giving it to people like, I mean, I feel like it would have been a lot better on LA Knight than Seth Rollins, really.
Yeah.
Because if Seth Rollins won, everyone was sort of thinking, okay, like he's going to cash in on the world title match on Raw, but that just didn't happen.
I think LA Knight with the briefcase on SmackDown, obviously John Cena's title is the one that's more so devoted to SmackDown, obviously.
Yeah.
And the other ones for Raw. I can't see LA Knight cashing in on a John Cena title, especially this year. Like maybe he could have done. Maybe if he did have it, he could have held on to it until like next year or when Cena's done or something like that.
Could have
to
pulled an
cash in.
Austin Theory and cashed in on a mid card, but
That's-
I feel like
that's
that
what
would have been a bit of a waste. though.
Exactly. You can't like someone like LA Knight. Yeah, cashing in on a mid card title like the US title again. Like, do we want to see that again for LA Knight? Like,
Yeah.
like what? He's only got the Undisputed Championship and the United States one to cash in on. That's why I think Seth Rollins winning made the most sense because
It makes sense, but they haven't utilized it in the way that everyone thought that they would.
But with Seth joining this new faction, it does make the cash in just that little bit more interesting of surrounding when he's going to cash in, who he's going to cash in on. We will get to Cena and Punk a little bit later on at Night of Champions, but it makes that cash in for Seth, if he chooses to go in that direction, a little bit more interesting as well, depending if he wants to reach out and go in that direction for Cena's title. But
Well, in the case of this match, I mean, getting a bit more back into the match, some
Yeah.
of the spots were also really good.
yeah,
One thing we were critical of was the ad placement, though, as in like not ads during the show, as in ads in the ring and on the ladder.
yeah,
You know, we were making jokes like if someone got chucked into the bottom turnbuckle, it had like a 7-Eleven logo on it. It was like, you know, LA Knight got chucked into the turnbuckle courtesy of 7-Eleven, you know. Or like, what was it? What was the ladder? Fireball or something?
Yeah, it wasn't a slim. No, it was fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
fireball. for
fireball
El
ladder.
Grande
And
Americano.
all
yeah.
and the commentators the whole time kept going, "Oh, El Grande is on the fireball ladder."
no, yeah, there was some
The
good
ad
spots
placement
in
was
this
crazy.
match.
The ad placement was insane.
Probably the best spot was obviously, you know, El Grande, you know, climbing on the ladder from that angle and then headbutting Penta, and then LA Knight, you know,
Yeah, and then
joining
with the suplex, yeah,
suplex
off
off the
ladder.
top. That was unbelievable.
That was so
that
close
one.
to the ladder that was on the floor as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised we didn't hit their head.
I was very impressed with El Grande Americano in this match. I think he was needed. And
Yeah.
also I think was needed was Solo Sikoa. How funny is Solo Sikoa? Like taunting everyone. He did the
He did everyone's
he
emote.
did
to
the
try and
whole
get-
Penta walk and his hand sign. He
Mhm.
did El Grande Americanos that
Gracias,
as well.
yeah.
He did LA Knights as well.
Yeah, he kept doing everyone's emotes to try and get on their side,
It
bro.
was so funny. And then speaking of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu and JC Mateo came out and attacked Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. But when he said, "Solo, I love you. Go up and retrieve the briefcase,"
You kind of knew something was
I
going to
just
happen.
knew
Yeah.
it wasn't. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. It's not that simple right now. And then,
Came full circle.
yeah,
I hate you. He didn't even say, I hate you, Solo. That's
I
the
know.
worst part
he
about
should
it.
have just said Solo. But like when he was looking around, like to see
Yeah,
if anyone
you
was
ca-
there, and then he does
You
the
kind of knew.
that. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen, and I think it was a little bit overdue. Like it should have happened a little bit earlier.
I think it was the perfect time for it, to be honest with you.
You reckon?
Yeah, well, what was it on? Was it Raw or SmackDown? What is it? All gas, no brains, or whatever Solo Sikoa said.
I guess it's just the fact that I mean Solo lost the Ulafala like literally 5 months ago already, and
Yeah, you do make a good point. Yeah.
he waited a long time to return. And then what? It was in February. It was before. We're talking about like before Elimination Chamber. We're talking about before John Cena heel turn. The fact that that's when Solo Sikoa came back and there was that tension between Jacob and Solo, and we all knew it was going to happen eventually. Like it could have happened at WrestleMania or something like that, but I guess with the way it all turned out, you know, the super kick and then the what's that move?
Moonsault.
Yeah, the moonsault, and then throwing Solo down onto the ladder as well. I mean,
Yeah.
we all saw it coming eventually, but it makes it more interesting for Jacob Fatu now because is this babyface Fatu that we're getting?
Well, it must be, because you could technically say Solo's a heel, but he acts very much like a babyface, you know, because of his comedic sort of side. But I think internally he's listed as a heel. So I think this is sort of a Jacob Fatu face sort of run going on. I don't think he's going to be like that traditional babyface where he's like doing it for the crowd, if that makes any sense. I think it's just sort of organically the crowd will sort of get around him.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like how like Damo, like when he became a babyface, he was like, I'm doing this for all you guys out here. You know, saying he's going to do it for the crowd, you know, like how like a babyface does, like Cody Rhodes or something. I think, yeah, the crowd just going to organically sort of go around him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to be much acknowledgement from him. It's more just going to be acknowledgement from the crowd towards Jacob, really, I reckon.
The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This one was alright, I guess. Like
Yeah, it's pretty good.
No-
I think it wasn't
nothing-
too bad.
nothing huge happened, but in the end, like what was it? There was a spot between like on the side of the ladders when it was symboled in like an A sign.
Yeah,
as
they
well.
were sort of hung up on the turnbuckle and one of the rungs of the ladder. Yeah, what move even was it? It was like
I think Roxanne did a pop rocks.
I think it was just like a pop rocks. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
basically both of them on the side as well. Well, we all predicted Naomi to win,
Yeah.
so I think we weren't surprised in that area as well, especially at the end when Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley were both climbing the ladder. Like, oh yeah, something's going to happen here, and then Naomi appeared. But I was still impressed with, you know, I'm very impressed with Stephanie Vaquer. Like, not just with her move, but like...
I forget. I keep forgetting what that move is called. The one where she,
Yeah.
you know, puts him in between.
I
And
can't,
she-
I can't remember.
It's like the, I don't even know. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I don't want to
Yeah.
be incorrect. Are you searching it up?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Package backbreaker? No.
No, that's not it.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to search it up.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Who she did that on? Rhea Ripley, I think.
Rhea Ripley
On the ladder.
on the ladder.
I like how the crowd always
yeah, join in.
joins in with that. I think you kind of have to thank Booker T for that. People kind of go on Booker T and NXT,
Yeah,
the commentator, for his commentating. Like, I think he's a bit too annoying.
yeah,
Whenever Stephanie does that move, it just like ruins the whole thing.
yeah,
But even Pat McAfee started to do it now, and even the crowd does it as well. It's
Yeah.
just like the move has become a bit of a meme, but it's one of those moves that everyone wants to see. It's kind of like a 5-knuckle shuffle, for instance, like how
Yeah.
everyone does, like, you can't see me or whatever.
I'm very impressed with Stephanie, Roxanne, and Julia. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very glad that they're on the main roster now. Even Julia had some pretty good spots in this match, but I think now she's gonna go after the US title, and try and take it from Zelina Vega. Obviously, we
Yeah.
saw that on SmackDown, the night before. Obviously, before the match. Well, she interfered with Zelina and Piper Niven's match with the kendo stick, and then
That match was
smacked Piper.
crazy though. Did you
Yeah,
see
I
Piper
know.
Niven running into the chair, like hitting
I
her
know,
head?
I know. I felt bad for her in that moment. Like, I hope she was all right.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Yeah. But Julia probably go after the US title now. Interesting to see what happens to Alexa Bliss at the moment.
Probably White 6
White
is probably
6.
my best guess, I
Yeah.
reckon.
I think every woman now, whether they won the Money in the Bank contract or they didn't, at least I think they have something for them in it now. Like, obviously
Yeah.
Julia, US title. Rhea's still in that
I think
conversation.
Rhea should just be doing side quests for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really wants to see her in like the main event picture at the moment. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe like a mid-card sort of title or something. Yeah.
Roxanne's in that Judgment Day storyline.
Yeah.
Alexa's probably going to join with the White Six, as you said. And then Stephanie right now, I think Stephanie's a pretty good favourite for the Queen of the Ring tournament, potentially. So and obviously Naomi's Miss Money in the Bank. So they all have their, I guess, storylines and, futures looking pretty good for them at the moment for the next couple of weeks to come. So in the end, I think you got the correct 6 women in this match
Yeah.
for the Money in the Bank. And obviously Naomi winning it. As Jasper said last week, she can hold on to that briefcase with her heel tactics and her moves. She can cash in at any time as well. And I think Naomi would be a pretty good champion to dethrone Tiffany Stratton in the end. But it makes the Queen of the Ring tournament that little bit more interesting as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Dirty Dom versus Octagon Jr. I don't know.
This match was, I think we should first say this match was very late notice. It was
I know.
what during the day was the
Worlds
Worlds
Collide.
Collide, and at night time it was Money in the Bank. It was only announced the same day. This match, I think I wanted Dom to win. I didn't want Octagon Jr. to win.
I just don't know a lot about Octagon Jr.
I don't either.
myself.
That's the thing. I don't watch lucha promotions or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the match didn't really go for that long. The winner is who I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I don't remember from watching it there being that many like spots that I could really call out saying that it was like really, really good.
Yeah.
Unless that's just my memory.
At least you're getting like a Dom title defense.
I think that's also what it could have been for this match. It could have just been another Dom title defense to show that he was
However,
sort of on there.
we're yet to see Dom like defend it against like a really big name. You know what I mean? Like, he's defended it so far just against the likes of Penta and now Octagon Jr. Like, I would have liked to see him, maybe have a little bit more of a build. Like, this could have been the AJ Styles match for the IC title. I remember AJ in a couple of backstage promos involved with Dom wanting to go after the IC title. Like, you could have almost just done it for this one. But then again, at least Dom's defending it. He's still the champ.
Yeah, you need to get everything out of this little. Well, I think WWE bought AAA the lucha promotion. I think, but I mean, you might as well get as much out of this, this collaboration as you can, really.
Yeah.
To show off different superstars.
Guess it benefits Octagon Jr. as well.
Definitely.
at
Well, we've
least
already
we all
seen,
know.
was it Mr. Iguana or whatever his name is?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people are starting to like him a lot
Yeah.
as well. So, and he's, well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of silly, like his whole gimmick, but
Yeah.
everyone likes it. So,
Yeah. I agree.
well, I guess we'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah. Lyra Valkyria against Becky Lynch. And Becky is the new women's intercontinental champion.
Yes. This match, honestly, I mean, it was okay. There were some good spots, but it was a little bit boring.
We'll be honest. We when we were watching it, it was me, Fraser, Jasper, and one of Jasper's friends watching it.
Yeah.
Me, Fraser, Jasper all watched it, and the other mate literally
He was like, "Oh, toilet break."
toilet break and was literally in there
For the whole
for
match.
the whole match, which I think speaks volumes to what he thought the match was going to be.
Yeah.
And what it did actually live up to be, how we expected it to. We all said Becky was going to win. I think we all knew that. But this rivalry looks like it could potentially continue
Oh,
a
gosh.
little bit more, which
I hope it doesn't.
I know.
It's run its course now, I think. I think they should just give it up.
that's
And
exactly
then switch
what I
it to
think.
Bailey and Becky or something and let Lara do something else.
I know. Well, Bailey, she returned to Raw, and even Lyra, if you saw, she looked a bit shocked that Bailey had returned. I think she was ready to go Becky, and then Bailey came, and Lyra was sort of just like,
Well, we were expecting a
happened?
a Bailey return either at Money in the Bank or
yeah.
on Raw. So
But nothing's really happened with this sort of title yet, as in like a fatal 4-way or a triple threat match or something. Like
yeah, I
maybe-
think that should happen.
like maybe you can involve Bailey in a match like this, so you have Becky, Bailey, and Lyra in a triple threat match. I know that sounds
it
very
sounds so
very
overdone.
repetitive.
To be honest, this third match, I wasn't really looking forward to it like at all.
Yeah, I know. This one was probably the same, especially like so back to back. Like
Yeah.
literally
Three
backlash,
three times in a row,
backlash,
so quickly.
and then straight away.
But I think that's also a
this
problem
one.
with like the new main event structure
Mm,
in WWE, how they happen so quickly.
yeah.
If there was a bit more build up, then I think it would have a bit more,
Because last year there was the Punk McIntyre whole feud, and literally they wrestled in like 3 straight back-to-back PLEs. But the Hell in a Cell is what topped it off, and that's why we were happy that it was happening again, because of the Hell in a Cell. I'm not saying this rivalry has to go to the lengths of Hell in a Cell, but you could involve something else just to keep.
Well, there
us
was a bit more
interested.
going for it as well, because Drew, in that thing with CM Punk and Drew utilizes social media so well in his feuds as well, and he had that bracelet as well, if you remember. And he was sort of manipulating Punk using his wife and his dog and all that. So I think there was definitely a bit more running on it than this.
This one hasn't gotten as personal. I know Becky was sort of making fun of Lyra's husband, in a way.
The whole internet was making fun of Lyra's husband, but
Yeah, I
he got
know.
that sleeper build though. He has that sleeper build, so
Yeah, but I'm glad that Bailey's back, because, like, as we've talked about before, the Bailey slander, like, it's crazy. So
yeah, I know. Triple H, what are you doing, bro?
I know. So let's get Bailey back into that title picture. Even like mid card title. I think we all forget that literally this time last year Bailey was a world champion.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
we got to take that into consideration as well.
Just get rid of the rose plant as your finisher, and I'll be there. We will be there no matter what. Or at least teach people how to sell your finishing move a bit better.
Yeah,
Because some
true.
people just sell it like crap. Like, it doesn't look like a very powerful move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to Raw, and Gunther regains his World Heavyweight Championship. Look, I love Jey Uso. Like, genuinely, I love him as a performer. I think he was great for the title, but I just could not see him as a long-term World
Yeah, I just
Heavyweight
wanted it to end
Championship.
already, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I
'Cause
couldn't see him as a
I
long
see
one.
a couple of things on social media. It's like, an average Jey Uso night where it's just him coming out, yeeting for half an hour.
4
says
letters.
4 words.
Hey, hit my music.
Yeah, and that's it.
Oh, yeah,
and then he yeets again and he
yeah.
leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all his title reign was. Well, to some people
Did
anyway.
you see on SmackDown before Money in the Bank when Cody was saying, "This is a showdown," and then he's like, "What do we call that?" So Cody had spoken for like 2 or 3 minutes tops, and then he's like, and then at the end he says, "We're gonna call this a showdown. What do you call that, Jay?" And then all Jay says, "I call it a yeet down. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet." And that's all. That's all that happened.
Yeah.
And then John Cena came out. Like I think Jay's still good on the mic, but that's literally the only.
Yeah,
the
he has a
only-
lot of charisma, and he's very over with the crowd. But
And even a couple
that's
weeks ago,
it.
he forgot his lines as well. I don't know if you saw that. It was a promo with Gunther, and he started walking up and down the ring because I think he forgot his lines too.
Talking about this match as well, did you see when Gunther hit him with like a knee, and Jey Uso like stared at him?
Oh
like,
yeah, I know. I saw another meme of that. It's like when me and bro are play fighting, and he actually hits me, and you're like,
yeah.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I think a lot of people were
I wanted Gunther
were
to
actually
win, yeah.
hoping that Jay wouldn't win.
I thought Gunther would win and then Seth would cash in, but obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, in the end, I'm actually kind of glad that he didn't because literally last year we had the same thing with Drew McIntyre, literally cashing in the night of. I think especially with this faction with Seth now, it's better for him just to hold on to it. It's better for us to wonder when he's going to cash in.
Yeah.
Even if it's at WrestleMania next year or it's
Could do another heist of the century. Double
Exact-
heist of the century, mate.
exactly like you might as well hold on to it. Like especially like I said last year they just got rid of it so quickly.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Triple H is a real fan of the Money in the Bank contract.
Well, I think we talked about that last week. He said he isn't.
Yeah.
Which is why he just sort of chucks it off at some point, pretty quickly.
But because of the faction now that Seth's in, you might as well utilize the briefcase a little bit more.
Hopefully, as well, with Gunther winning the world title, they can bring back Ludwig Kaiser because bro's been in catering for so long.
I know.
We actually thought they were going to do something with him. He was in that good match with Shamo and Braun. I think it was that Survivor Series or something.
You could have Seth's faction against Imperium or something like that. Like,
well, there's
just to get Kaiser back.
Well, yeah, true as well. Because Kaiser's very talented. Like we saw in those matches.
He's very underrated.
Yeah, he's very underrated, and he's just stuck in catering, dude. Hopefully Tiffany can pull a few strings or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try and get him back on the roster, on the card at least.
Yeah.
Because Imperium, I don't even know if Imperium's even a thing anymore. Like,
yeah, I know.
Because they sort of went off and did their own thing.
I'm
but
pretty sure Kaiser still gets announced representing Imperium or something. I think.
Does he?
Potentially.
It's been so long.
Yeah, I know.
Because Kaiser even has that thing where he runs around the ring and then hits a drop kick,
Yeah.
against the stairs or whatever. So he has his own stuff.
No, he's
even
great talent.
I even like it when he has people up against the turnbuckle and then he goes 9.
Oh, yeah.
And then he hits them.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Do you think Jay wins it back in the future?
No. I think they're probably going to reunite the Usos or something. That's what I've been seeing online, the speculation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see Jay as a world champion.
Because Jay only held it for 51 days, does it make his Royal Rumble win a little bit, I'm not going to say pointless, but makes you question why he won it in the end?
I don't know. I think it's too... I don't think we should really be looking that far back and seeing that sort of stuff. Because, what would happen if John Cena won? He would have gone after... Who was what? Cody.
We still would have probably gone after Cody. Probably.
Yeah. Or who was world heavyweight champion at that time? Gunther,
still
probably.
Gunther, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't see him
know.
with Gunther either. That means
It's hard to say.
yeah.
It's hard to say. It's too long ago to think back, and there's too many things have happened to where the events could have changed. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not in that WWE booking room, bro. Trust.
Well, we've actually been right on a few occasions here on Heel Turn, but
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough. John Cena versus CM Punk. This one's confirmed for Night of Champions. We won't dive too deep into it
No predictions.
at the moment. No predictions, but at least we're getting this sort of match because I think we were hoping.
Yeah,
that
this
it
is
would
long
happen.
overdue.
Yeah,
I think it's not at the PLE that I would have liked it. I would have preferred it to have even been at Money in the Bank or SummerSlam or something, just because of the history between Punk and John.
Yeah.
But at least we're getting the match either way.
Yeah. When Punk the other day on Raw was like, "Oh, we need to do this matchup," and then Cena's like, "Yeah, you're on." I was like, "It's not gonna happen tonight on Raw."
No.
Cena's just,
Of course not.
just being Cena at the moment.
Yeah.
But this could be the Seth Rollins cash in potentially, just because Punk's involved.
Yeah.
Like I can see Seth potentially wanting to screw Punk even more. Like Punk's going for the cover, and then his faction pulls his leg
Well,
out.
I don't see Punk winning this at all. Normally, Night of Champions and all
won't
that sort
win.
of stuff is just one of those sort of throwaway pay-per-views where nothing really happens. Or
Yeah.
PLEs, I mean, that nothing really happens.
I still hope it could be a good match, but like I said, at least we're getting this sort of matchup because this one should be part of the John Cena retirement tour, obviously. So because he's had Cody, Randy, R-Truth. Like he hasn't had that many opponents. Like he's not even wrestling like on SmackDown or anything like that. So
No, he's more of a PLE guy.
Yeah.
Like he's really only wrestling on PLEs, and then he just comes onto, the weekly shows just to cut a promo or something, just to develop the story.
yeah, so at least we're getting this against Punk as well.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to look now at the King and Queen of the Ring matches, where the final will be held at Night of Champions. So we already have Sami Zayn advancing in this one. I think the biggest thing that I'm looking at in this, I don't know if you are as well, but who's most likely to face John Cena at SummerSlam? Because the winner is obviously getting a world title shot at SummerSlam against John Cena. So if we have to look at that, I'm thinking either Cody or potentially Randy again, or the mystery opponent. That's interesting because
I think I've got about 3 guesses for the mystery opponent.
yeah,
So, obviously, I think first would be Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
Second, you said Mr. Iguana. Is that his actual name? Or is that like the little puppet that he has? I don't even know.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Anyway, or my fan favorite, Mr. Invincible himself, Tommy Invincible. Tommy Invincible. Imagine if Tommy Invincible was there, he would easily beat Shamo, Rusev, and Bronson.
This could be the SummerSlam match that Tommy Invincible wants with John Cena.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if it's not Tommy Invincible, obviously, and we have to,
I think it'd be Karrion or something.
if it's Karrion Kross, then it could actually set up a Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. I don't know, what do you call it? The grand final.
Final.
For Night of Champions, which would actually make sense. You know what I mean? Because if you look at that match, Sheamus, Rusev, and Bronson Reed, and then you add Karrion Kross, that would be a banger of a match.
It could even be like a thing where Karrion doesn't come out at the start, like it's just a triple threat match, and then like I don't know, the arena goes black or something, and then he comes out at the last minute and destroys everyone and wins.
This could be the
push. This could be the
push,
Karrion Kross.
The moment for Karrion Kross. But like I said before, if I have to look at who could face John Cena at SummerSlam, I'm looking at Cody or Randy Orton potentially. Or if you want to elevate LA Knight a little bit more, you could have him advance to the final.
Yeah, but he wouldn't win though.
Yeah,
0% chance he would win.
because I think you can rule out Carmelo Hayes,
You could write a lot of people.
Alistair Black, Shinsuke and Andrade. You can definitely rule out. Damian Priest in that one against Cody is also interesting.
Yeah, it could go anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'd rule out. I don't even want to rule out Rusev because he hasn't really done anything since he's come back.
Yeah.
The bottom 3, I could most likely just rule out Shamo out of everyone.
Yeah. I think Cody will advance through to at least the final. I think unless someone screws him over again as well. But
Like Logan Paul or something.
yeah,
Who knows?
true. He's not in this either. So yeah. Well, now to the women's King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Roxanne has already advanced. I've got a few names who I think could actually win the tournament. I've got Charlotte Flair, obviously, up top there. I've got Jade Cargill and Nia Jax, who actually are both in the same match together. And I've also got Stephanie Vaquer. I think
I'm the same with you there.
I think this could be the Stephanie
Vaquer. Come on, dude.
Vaquer.
Yeah.
I think Stephanie could actually win this, if I'm being
Or
completely
as
honest.
Nikki Bella would say, Stephanie Vaquer.
Yes,
Did
yes,
you see
yes. I saw that.
Did you see that, Stephanie Vaquer?
That was very cringy.
Yeah, it was.
But
Either way, yeah.
But those are the big names. I think you could even get I think you could potentially get Jade and Charlotte in a potential, what do you call a grand
Final.
final or
Yeah.
whatever. I think Jade and Charlotte would actually be pretty good if I'm being completely honest. I don't like Nia already won it last year. I don't think unless they want to go her 2 years in a row they could.
No, I doubt it.
Um,
I doubt it personally. Yeah, I'd even say Roxanne has a pretty good chance, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
they keep giving Roxanne all these opportunities. So
I'm just thinking
It'd be pretty
long
cool.
term. I think Jade. I think if you
I
go,
think they need
if
to
you
do
go with-
something with Jade as well, because
Well, no.
she's only won the tag team titles, hasn't she?
That's the thing. If you can put Jade into the final here against maybe a Charlotte or someone, and Jade actually wins, and she gets a match at SummerSlam with Tiffany, Naomi cash in at SummerSlam. Jade versus Tiffany. That's another way that Naomi can screw over Jade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I'm picking one person right now to win the Queen of the Ring, I'm going with Jade Cargill. That's my.
I'm
That's my one.
going Stephanie Vacquet personally.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's make it interesting then.
Please come on the podcast, Big Steph. Please.
Big stuff.
Vacquet.
Vacquet.
Yeah, Stephanie Vacquet.
Yes. Well, no Fraser's 5 today.
No, mate, I've run out of ideas. I'm not.
There's literally not that many, like
Not many top fives.
top fives.
Once you do
but
a
you
couple of top fives, it kind of gets hard to think of
can, I
something.
know, but not to worry because I have some blind rankings for you today, Fraser.
Yes, finally, it's finally you doing something for this segment.
That's a
It's a
bit of a
joke.
punch in the guts there.
No,
That's
it's a
all
joke,
right though.
it's a joke.
All right, Fraser.
Yes, sir.
I want you to blind rank these top 5 funniest guys on the roster. So
So this is a Liam's 5.
Liam's 5, if you want to call it that too. No,
Li-
but
Li-
no, this
wait,
one,
wait, Liam's list.
Liam's list.
There we go.
But-
New segment done.
New
Right.
segment. Yeah, no, but but you're blind ranking them this time. You're not just saying them like Fraser's 5 is. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
fair
You're
enough,
blind ranking.
Yeah.
Top 5 funniest guys on the roster. So this is a combination of things all joined together. So this is how funny they are while performing in the ring, performing promos, backstage,
yeah.
social media,
Yeah.
things like that.
Okay.
You know, that make them funny.
I think I've got a couple of guesses of who you've got on
All
there.
right.
Well, I think I already know about
Number-
3 of them. So.
All right. But you have to blind rank, so you have to think about
Yeah.
what's coming
Okay,
next,
okay.
okay? All right, first one, I've got Drew McIntyre.
I knew you'd be on there. I wouldn't say he's number 1. I want to put him either number 2 or 3, just because he's really funny. I think I'm going to put him number 3. I think
Yep.
because he's funny on social media.
I think
he's had a
that's
couple of funny moments, but he's not like consistently like pulling out bangers.
I think some of his funniest ones, more recent ones that he's done, obviously the social media ones, but after WrestleMania when he beat Damian Priest and he came out and LA Knight was doing a promo with like the Bloodline, he came out and he was speaking, and then Drew was like, "Oh, by the way, hi Bloodline," and then when he's speaking through the camera, he's like to Jacob, "When you're all gas and no brakes," or something like that. I think Santi's laughed at that one really hard. I don't know, but
A couple of my
That's just
favorite
me.
Drew moments, obviously the social media ones, the board at work
yeah.
posts, and then after Sheamus came back, it was like banger after banger, burger
Yeah.
after burger. That was really
Yeah.
funny.
All right, so Drew number 3.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, next one I've got is LA Knight.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's not that funny. I don't find him that funny. Well, he's funny, but he's not. As I said, it's kind of the same thing as Drew. He's not consistently funny.
Yep.
I think I'd say like. I might put him number 5 actually.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Perfect. Cool.
Sorry, LA. Come on the podcast, please.
Well, someone who you probably do find funny, and he's our favorite guy. I got Austin Theory.
Oh. I think I know the last 2 you have. So, Theory, he's funny. I think I'm going to have to put him at 4, though. Because I
Yeah.
think I know the next 2 that you have. I think I can already tell.
I do want to. There have been a few funny Theory moments. Obviously, last year after Chelsea Green had her dumpster match. Obviously, Theory
Yes.
with the chocolate cake.
Oh, my cake
Oh
stinks.
man, my cake stinks.
Yeah.
And then
Grayson going,
like-
yeah.
I don't think Wayne Gretzky ever said that. That one as well.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
one was pretty funny. So Theory has been involved,
He's,
even though he's a
selling.
heel.
He's selling in the ring's also really funny, like
Yeah.
selling a stunner or something.
I
That's
know
also really
people.
good.
People don't. He's still so underrated in that area. I think Theory's really funny. He's good.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. But I think I know the next two, so I'm
Right.
staying with my number 2 and number 1.
This next one, I have Solo Sikoa.
Damn it. Okay, never mind. I didn't know that. Well, I'm gonna have to put it number 2 because I think I know your number 1.
Okay,
Because I mean, well, we can talk about Solo Sikoa's funniest moments for a bit if you want.
we can do it after this one.
He
Alright,
does. I mean, the emotes are just.
Yeah.
I think his emotes are the funniest part about him.
Okay.
And also, what about the Motor City Machine Guns one? It was like any
yeah.
place, anytime.
Any place, anytime. I think he made Chris Sabin actually crack in that one. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
And even
yeah.
Nick Aldis a little bit, I think, as well.
Mhm.
Obviously, the Money in the Bank match. He was just funny
Yeah,
in general
doing
as well.
doing everyone's emotes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is number 1. Are you sure this is what you think? What?
Let me
what it
guess.
is.
You're gonna have like I don't even know. Titus O'Neil.
Do you want me to say it?
I think I know.
Sami Zayn.
Oh my gosh, I would have put him in number 5. I thought you had like R-Truth and Carlito or something.
No, I wanted to think about.
He has to be your number 1.
Yeah,
But I don't find Sami Zayn funny.
Well, I put him there because I wanted to see what you said.
Well, actually, no. He was funny during the Bloodline.
That's why I wanted to put him there.
Yeah,
I'm
actually, scratch that. Actually, sorry, Sammy. I know you're watching, but no. I'd say he's funny. He was funny during the Bloodline, but he's not funny anymore. He lost his
you want to know
funniness.
also another reason why I thought I'd pop him on this list?
Yeah.
Because the other week on Raw when he was with Jey Uso, what about him dancing in the ring? Like, doing those dance moves. That was insanely funny.
Kind of, I guess. It's not really my humor, but
Well,
it
it's
was
mine.
kind of funny. I mean, there was some funny memes and stuff that I saw off of it. Like dancing itself wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
Well, I saw certain songs that were kind of funny. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Sami Zayn 1, Solo 2, Drew 3, Theory 4, Knight 5.
That's such a shame.
Oh,
I knew you'd have Drew on there.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought you'd have Truth and Carly on there. Carlito.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I wanted to think a little bit differently. Go outside the
Yeah.
box because I had a feeling
That's just a shame.
I had a feeling that you would have a feeling I'd go in that direction. So I kind of wanted to think a little bit differently there.
That's such a shame.
Well, what's a shame? My list or the way you?
Having Sammy at number 1. If this was like 2022, yeah, sure he'd be number 1, probably. But
Yeah. Well,
nowadays he's not even that funny. Like, come on.
what can you do? It's my list. It's
Yeah.
Liam's list. It's not
Liam's
Fraser's
list.
5 today. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not
Liam's
Fraser's
list.
5. You delivered some pretty questionable Fraser's 5s.
I
So
had no ideas left, man.
what do you mean? You've got so many things that you.
These
could
guys
think
got me
about,
under the
bro.
pump working, doing Fraser's 5s every week, and I'm struggling for ideas, dude.
No, bro, I could give you so much. Just ask AI or whatever. I don't know, bro.
I have asked AI.
Just
I've
do
got nothing.
Do something, Fraser. Do something for this podcast.
I do things with this
Really?
podcast. Follow us on Twitter, man. I'm hilarious. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here on Heel Turn, episode 10. Fraser, thank you for joining me again.
No worries, mate. Double digits.
Yep.
Thank gosh. We have this little like mantra thing, and it's what is it like 90% of podcasts don't
Okay.
get
Yeah.
to 20 episodes.
So obviously we graduated last year together, but in year 11, 2023, obviously, we're in our graduating hoodies. Our maths teacher said to us that only 1% of podcasts worldwide.
Is that it? 1%? I thought it was like 90% don't get to. It's probably 1%. Yeah, you're
Apparently,
probably right.
apparently 1% of people, talking about people who start podcasts or something, only 1% worldwide make it to 20 episodes.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're at episode 10.
So
So
halfway there.
We're officially halfway there, and we couldn't have done it without your support and everything
Yeah.
like that. No, we weren't
We've
gonna
got
do it
70. We've gotten to 70 subscribers.
without- 71 now. Apparently.
71 subscribers with 10 episodes. So keeping
That's-
that math
If
in
I'm
track,
being completely honest, that's more than
keeping
I
that math
expected.
in track, we should have what's 71 plus 71. I'm not that good at math.
142 subscribers by episode 20.
Hopefully. He's
Hopefully,
hoping.
hopefully we can do a few more collaborations. Hopefully we get Tommy Invincible on the podcast.
Mr. Invincible, Indy
Oh,
Hartwell
goodness.
as well.
Well, she's actually going to be in Melbourne, literally in a couple of days.
Yeah.
But I don't think Might be
The
a
show's
close call.
sold out though, so it's not like
Yeah.
we get a good.
We got to
opportunity.
think. If you guys comment down below of what names we could try and get on the podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we're
was
open
thinking-
to trying.
We were thinking Maven
We were thinking that.
Huffman, because we saw he went on someone's podcast that had like 20 subs or something. So
Yeah, could get that.
if he's helping out the smaller channels, then
We're
I'm there.
obviously Australian, so Rhea Ripley, Grayson Waller, Bronson Reed.
Yeah,
like-
because Rhea Ripley, we know Buddy Matthews. He's from Melbourne,
Yeah,
so even Buddy Matthews coming on this podcast, that would be an honour.
I know.
Mate, Buddy Murphy wouldn't even fit. Buddy Matthews wouldn't even fit in this chair, dude. He's so buff.
I know.
if
Bro,
he had a shot.
he'd be sitting next to you, just be overshadowing you.
Yeah, no. I'd be sitting next to you, dude.
Oh,
yeah. Imagine if
true.
I was sitting here and Buddy Matthews was sitting here, bro. Yeah, I would be invisible. You just hear the voice. You just hear my voice the whole
Yeah, I
time.
know. Well, thank you so much for watching. See you guys next week for episode 11.